good afternoon. It is 4 p.m. here in South Korea. I am Arirang News, AI anchor, Ari. Top diplomats of South Korea, the US and Japan met on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York on Monday, and vowed to continue to cooperate regardless of political transitions in Washington and Tokyo. This comes as the US presidential election is set to take place in November, and as Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party will elect a new leader to become the country's prime minister later this week. South Korea's Foreign Minister Cho Tae-il and his American and Japanese counterparts Antony Blinken and Yoko Kamikawa also agreed to pursue efforts to hold a summit between their leaders by the end of this year. They also addressed concerns about North Korea, including its uranium enrichment facility and new ICBM missile launcher unveiled recently, and agreed to firmly respond to all kinds of provocations from the north. The Israeli military on Monday carried out airstrikes in southern and eastern Lebanon against Iran-backed Hezbollah, before targeting the capital Beirut later the same day. The Israeli military reported that its warplanes struck more than 1,300 Hezbollah targets in Lebanon in a single day. Lebanon's health ministry says at least 492 people were killed Monday, including 35 children, and over 1,600 were injured. The deadliest day of conflict between Israel and Hezbollah since 2006. As tensions in the Middle East rise, the US has decided to send a small number of additional troops to the region, though the number of troops was not specified. Citing national security concerns, the US Department of Commerce on Monday proposed a new rule that would ban the import or sale of connected vehicles on American roads that are installed with software or hardware made in China or Russia. The rule primarily targets hardware and software integrated into the vehicle connectivity system, and software installed into the automated driving system. The ban on software would be applied for the 2027 model year, while the ban on hardware would go into effect in 2030. In response, Beijing slammed the announcement, labeling it a discriminatory measure and called on Washington to respect market principles and provide an open, fair, transparent and non-discriminatory business environment for Chinese companies. China said it would resolutely safeguard its own legitimate rights and interests. Seoul will be closely watching the development of the proposed rule, as it's expected to force South Korean automakers to readjust their supply chains. President Yoon ordered relevant ministries to follow up on the agreements with the Czech Republic regarding nuclear cooperation to ensure tangible results. This came during his live address at a cabinet meeting on Tuesday for the first time since his visit to the Czech Republic late last week. He also said the nuclear power alliance with the Czech Republic will allow cooperation in construction operations and R&D, as well as fostering talent. Meanwhile, he shot down criticism from the opposition over the Dukovany nuclear power plant construction project, calling for a stop on political attacks outside of Korea's borders. The opposition had claimed that South Korea's bidding price was too low and would lead to losses. Yoon called the claim a, quote, deplorable situation, stating the government was solely supporting the businesses who wouldn't proceed if it led to a loss. South Korea's producer prices fell slightly in August, despite higher prices of agricultural products. Data released from the Bank of Korea on Tuesday shows that the producer price index, a key inflation indicator, fell 0.1% in August compared to the previous month. The drop last month comes after the index saw an on-month increase in July, while prices for agricultural, forestry, and marine products were up 5.3% on month due to the heat wave. The fall in prices of industrial products led to a slight drop in the overall index. That is all for today. Thanks for watching.